Alright, what's up? Welcome to the channel. It's Gokuma. Tonight I'm gonna be playing Power Rangers the movie for the handhelds. So, something I realized, um I not too long ago I was streaming and talking, and I was almost done with my talking, and then I realized my mic wasn't working. Like, my mic is on, but the settings weren't right for reasons. I blame Windows 11. So I looked back at my stream from last night, and no, there was no audio at all from my mic, but also like the sound was also like really low. But that's probably because I have the audio really low, because I don't know, sometimes like old ass games are weird because sometimes they're like really fucking loud, and other times like they're not. So um so yeah. Yeah. So I guess before I get started today, I need to talk to make up for yesterday. I have to talk a bit about about those games. All right, so really quick, um so yesterday I played Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Sega consoles. And the reason why I split them up this way, like I did a stream for the the Nintendo ones, and then for the second ones is because in the Nintendo ones there's no Green Ranger. But for the second ones there is. So that's why like I split it that way. So the games that I played yesterday was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Game Gear, for the Genesis, and for the Sega CD. For for the Game Gear version was actually a really interesting version of the game. It was my first time playing it, and the way that they did this one is that essentially it's a fighting game. It's basically a fighter, but you get like putties that show up like one by one, and they're pretty easy to kill. Like they could be you could kill them in like, like a few hits or whatever, and you kind of fight them that way until like the boss comes out, or maybe even Goldar comes out. And then once you win that fight as a ranger, then the next thing is a Megazord fight. Despite the fact that this was a Game Gear game, the game actually played really well. Like really, really well. Like it was actually fairly responsive, and the animations, the fact that each ranger had like their own animations, their their own moves, and each ranger had many moves that they could do. So the game actually felt like a lot more like a fighting game, to the point where I wish they did the Genesis version of the game, because if they did the Genesis version of the game, like they could have made the same game, it just would have graphically been better. It would have been graphically like such a better game, and I think it would have been a classic because the game actually did play that well. The Genesis version of the game, while also a fighting game, and of course it looks, significantly better, but it definitely did not play better at all. Like whatsoever. Like not even fucking close. The one on Game Gear, like man, that was a good fucking game. That was, I'm not gonna lie, like that was a good fucking game. It's just a shame that the developers or the team got stuck doing the Game Gear version, because if they did the Genesis version, like, yeah, nah, that would have been an all-time classic. That would have been one of those games where, like, people who aren't even into Power Rangers would probably play because it's actually like a good fighting game. Um, and then played the Sega CD version. Well, I didn't play it. Like, I went to YouTube and found a video of someone like completing the game. I think the channel was called Nintendo Complete, and um all the Sega CD version of the game is like you're basically like doing fucking QuickTime shit to FMV footage, but the footage is taken straight from episodes of Power Rangers. So regardless if you do good or you do bad, it doesn't matter. The footage remains the same. And the footage is very like grainy, very poor quality, and yeah, the game is not good. It's not good at all. The reason why I opted to watch a video is because the game is a pain in the ass. So, despite the fact that you have multiple difficulties, you have like beginner, intermediate, and expert, it's one of those games where if you play it on like beginner, intermediate, the game only allows you to get so far before it's like, oh, if you want to see more levels or whatever, like you have to play on the next hardest difficulty or on the hardest difficulty. And dude, it's a pain in the ass, man. It's a pain in the goddamn fucking ass. Like, it is fucking trauma. It is trauma. So I wasn't gonna go through that again. So instead, I upload YouTube video to go and like watch it. So to be reminded of the ridiculousness that is that fucking game. So yeah, that's the Sega portion of those games. And the Game Gear version and the Sega Genesis version, they were both really short games because they only have like the one story mode and that's it. Even though it's structured like a fighting game, there isn't like you pick a ranger or whoever and you run the gauntlet, and then at the end you get some ending. Like, no, there's only like the one story mode in each of these games, and then that's it. Once you finish it, that's the story. So today we're going to be playing Power Rangers the movie, but for the handhelds. So I'll be playing the Game Boy version and the Game Gear version of the movie. And the next time I stream, I'll play the movie versions of the SNES and the Sega Genesis, which both of those I have played before, and I'll talk more about those games, when actually I'm actually going to play them and stream it. But for now, these two games I've never played before. So just like with my Morphin Power Rangers, where I never played the Game Boy game and I never played the Game Gear game, this is my first time playing through the movie version of the Game Boy game and the Game Gear game. So we will see how they fare. I remember the Game Boy version of the previous game, like, I don't know, it was like kind of mostly forgettable, like it wasn't really all that or anything. So we'll see if it's any better on here. But the previous game for Game Gear was fucking great. So I don't know, like, if are we gonna get like a totally different game? Are we gonna do something similar? Like, I don't know. We'll see. So before gets our get yeah, I can't fucking talk. It's late. It's like almost 11. um Before we get started, let's talk about Power Rangers the movie. But I might split this into two parts. I think for today, I'll talk about what led up to the movie, And then I think when I stream the other movie games, I'll talk about the movie and stuff. Um so anyways, all right. So as we know, at this point, Power Rangers came out and it was like a huge hit. Like it was a phenomenon. Like it became a fucking billion-dollar fucking franchise. And so during the first season, to explain stuff going into the second season. So of course, like during the first season, we had the Green with Evil story arc, which was the introduction of Tommy and the introduction of him as the Green Ranger. And that was, an epic storyline. And uh and then episodes following that, we would have the Green Ranger, who would prove to, Green Ranger and Tommy himself would prove to be an extremely popular character in Power Rangers. And despite the fact that we had a two-parter where he lost his powers, and he lost his powers because he had to be written off, since the Japanese version of Power Rangers, of Z Ranger, he that character dies, which explains why there's no Green Rangers. So we had to like write him off in some way. But due to his popularity, found ways to like make him return here and there. But kind of give this idea where it's like, oh, his powers are, like acting up now. They're not really like consistent or anything. So um that explains when it's like, he's back, but he's not like in every episode or anything. So then we get to the second season. The second season of Power Rangers features a lot of changes. We have a brand new villain, Lord Zed, which is like America's own creation, like not taken from a Japanese thing or anything. Like he's an original character. Also, we have a lot of original footage, and that's mostly because we ran out of Z Ranger footage, so now we got to make original footage. But the Zord stuff wasn't original footage, because so what they did was they made the Zord battles from the Japanese version of the following series that came out after Zeo Ranger. And so they made the storyline in Power Rangers where, because of the new villain and stuff and powerful new monsters, like their Zords weren't going to be powerful enough anymore. So they get upgraded into Thunder Zords, which they're the Zords of the following series over in Japan. And that is totally Japanese. Like whenever they do Thunderzord shit, it's Japanese footage. But everything else was actually original footage. Like they did a lot of original footage. Which was actually kind of cool. It was actually kind of cool. Um the next major change would be in the form of Tommy. So Tommy, who has been an extremely popular character as the Green Ranger, he completely loses his powers, and that's it. He's done as a Green Ranger. But he ends up making his return as the White Ranger. Now, Zero Ranger does not have a fucking White Ranger, but the following series does have a White Ranger, and that's what they did. They took the White Ranger from the following series and they put him over into Power Rangers. And they just, aside from having original footage and stuff like that, they still like spliced footage and stuff. So yeah. um but then there was also another major change, and that was um the characters of Jason, Zach, and Trini um being written off. Their characters were now going to become like some type of like global ambassadors or something, so now they gotta travel and shit like that. But really they were being written off because they left the show. And this is something that I should probably talk about. So, despite Power Rangers overwhelming financial success, like making, like $1 billion on this shit off of a series that they basically spent pennies on. All that money, the cast, the crew, like they did not see that at all. Their in fact their pay was still like the same. If anything, their catering got somehow a lower budget. And yeah, and it's just because Saban is a fucking stingy motherfucker. He's just a stingy asshole. Who just did not share the wealth at all, despite doing a series where, he like most of it isn't even like footage that he made or anything. So, just the fucking audacity of his caucasity. Um but yeah, so the actors who they knew how big of a deal Power Rangers were. They knew how much money was coming in and the fact that they weren't getting any of it. Hold on. I got a bot. I gotta fucking deal with this fucking bitch. So hold on. Okay, fuck you, guy. So, anyways, um, what was I saying? Before the fucking bot showed up. Oh yeah, so the actors all knew that there were a lot of money was coming in, and they should be getting a cut of that, rightfully so. Now, for Power Rangers, it's a non-union show, which means they could get paid like whatever. They could get paid peanuts. And that's that. If they don't like it, then they can leave. So, anyways, from what I heard, what originally was that all six of the Rangers, as a group, as a unit, were going to renegotiate their contracts and demand like more money. Now, this came about because of the movie, because they were going to sign a contract where not only will they continue doing more episodes of the show, but they will also be doing multiple movies in which they are basically getting paid peanuts still. And that was what led to the idea of getting together, all the Rangers getting together, going to Saban or whoever the fuck and being like, hey, like, we all need to get paid more money. And maybe things would have turned out a lot different. Maybe. If, because that would mean like they would have to replace like all those Power Rangers instead of like initially three. And then they would also have to replace Tommy. Fucking Tommy, who's like the most popular character in the series, would also like need to be replaced. So the idea was that it was supposed to be the six of them getting together and trying to renegotiate and get more money. But for reasons, three of them decided like, you know what, nah, we're not gonna fight it or anything. And supposedly like they would get a little bit more money to stay. Whereas the other three, the actors of Jason, Zach, and Trini, they tried to negotiate for more money and stuff, but ultimately, no, that wasn't gonna slide, and they would get replaced by new people, and one of those people would be Johnny Young Bosch. So yeah, so we have that's we have the remainder of the second season with Tommy as a White Ranger. We got new Rangers, and then we got movie coming out. So, and I will talk more about the movie, and what would happen later on with Power Rangers when I play the movie games for the SNES and Sega Genesis. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to start playing because it's getting late. I'm getting tired. But luckily, these two games should be on the short side of things. Hopefully, we'll see. Okay, I'm back. So when I boot up the game, I'm gonna see how the audio is also. Okay, it sounds loud enough, I think. I'm just here listening to the thing. Don't mind me. Isha, Yellow Ranger. Billy, Blue Ranger. Rocky, Red Ranger. Tommy, White Ranger. Adam, Black Ranger. They look like the movie version of the suits. Yeah, Kimberly, Pink Ranger. Yeah. Controls aren't working. Fuck. Hold on. Alright, that should be good. I'm doing it. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, what the fuck is this? Mastodon. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're cheating because this game is already playing horribly. Hold on. Okay, please work. Did it work? Yes, it will work. What happens if I jump on this? Okay, I get hurt. This game is really bad. Was that something I could have picked up, or no? Oh yeah, it was. So they're in their ninja outfits. That gets introduced in the movie, but also used in the following season of Power Rangers. This game is dumb. This game is so dumb. Oh, I can morph. But yeah, they definitely look like the movie versions. This Well, I gotta see what the Game Gear one looks like, because in the SNES and Sega Genesis version of the games, like, they don't look like the movie suits. They just look like as they normally do. But they look horrible though. Like, it looks awful. Like, it does not look good. This game is really bad. So we're fighting a rat monster. This comes with a funny story. Like, we're like, why are we fighting a rat monster? There's no rat monster in the movie. Well, there was gonna be. I'll get to that in a moment. So yeah, so I'm sure, like, when they were making these games, like, they got, like, stuff from the movie, like concept art and maybe storyboards and things like that, like things that they were gonna go for, that they were gonna do. So we got like a fucking rat monster on here. And um so what happened was that there was gonna be a fight with like these rat monsters. And I don't recall the full story or anything, but the rat monsters, like, they look like ass. Like, the way that the suits are designed, and like, we know they look like ass because they would show up in an episode of Power Rangers, like in a normal episode of Power Rangers, they would show up. So um yeah, so they looked horrible, and they even filmed like the whole sequence, like, of them fighting. But then but instead um they went with they changed all that. They went with a completely new idea where they were going to fight Ivan Ooze's, like, I don't know, he had like his own Ooze warriors or fighters or whoever. And that was what the fight was. That was the fight that ended up showing up in the movie, which was good because that came out a lot better than if they did rat monsters. So that's why we had a rat monster on here, because they were like, they saw footage, was like, oh, they're gonna fight a rat monster, so we put a rat monster in the game. Whether they saw footage or whether they saw, like, storyboards or something, or concept art. Okay, so he counts as defeated. Alright, so next we got the Tengu Warriors. So we don't have the Ooze monsters, because they didn't have them. So, alright, next. Alright. Kimberly next. Oh, there's spikes. I don't even know what the fuck she's fighting. Pterodactyl. Yeah, so it seems this game also has, like, you know, a power system where we're building up to them turning into Power Rangers instead of, like, waiting till a later time. What that does. I was thinking, like, what if I do it and I get, like, their weapons? But no. I didn't get their weapons. Not that they had their fucking weapons in the movie. Just stupid. Oh, are you fucking serious? Oh, this is gonna be stupid. This is gonna be stupid. Okay. Oh. There's gonna have to be a lot of safe stating and shit. Oh my god. Bro. This part is so dumb. I'm wondering, like, if I did Kimberly's, like, power, if it would have made it, like, easier, like, it would have cleared up, like, a bunch of blocks. The problem with this game is that I don't trust this game. Anyways, one of the problems with this game is that for some reason, like the attack button has like it'll do multiple like punches and kicks, like standing punches and kicks off of one button, and I don't know why. Yeah, am I supposed to be don't know? Oh, okay, I can. Oh my god, what the fuck? Dude, this game is already done. Like, I don't know why she fell when she did. Okay. Dude. We're abusing safe states here. I tried to jump. Like, why is this a thing? Also, I can't pause while ducking. Oh, yeah, I can. But for some reason it wasn't working before. And all the Power Rangers look the same. Just different colors. Okay, this is gonna be annoying. Oh yeah, this is gonna be annoying. I tried to jump. Okay, I have the trick figured out. But the collision detection isn't very good. Yeah, this game sucks. It's really bad. Alright, so next we got this pig who does show up in the movie. And that's it. He only shows up in the movie. You never see him again. Triceratops. Seems annoying, so that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, I actually heard him walk. I guess they just respawn. Try to get the fuck out of here. They ain't even trying to make Aisha look black. In fact, like all the Power Rangers look alike. Saber-tooth tiger. Oh, you motherfucker. The controls are very unresponsive. There we go. Alright, just in case. Oh, now we got fucking flying putty motherfuckers. I can't sit here like fucking dealing with this shit. Okay, I punched the first couple. Oh my god, what the fuck? I'm just gonna try to... I'm just building up my meter just in case. Boss, thank God. And the yellow isn't very yellow. That's what I've noticed. Tyrannosaurus. Save here just in case. Oh, elevator battle. We got a mid-boss. I need to use my thing. Am I fighting falling things now? Fuck, this game is dumb. Fuck are you guys? Also, you know I'm fighting in buildings in Japan because they have the windows with the red triangles. That means like they're special like fire escape elevators. I mean not elevators, like windows. Right, I made it towards that. See if this works. Nah, it didn't. Boss is so stupid. Last level, Ivan is. Yeah, like everyone kind of looks the same. I mean, I think she has, yeah, so she has long hair. Okay. I like how Tommy looks more black than Aisha. Tiger Zord. So, Tommy, of course, looks different than everyone else. And I like how it shows him with his sword, but he doesn't have it. Oh, is this a boss rush bullshit that I gotta do now? Yeah, I don't know what's up with these robots that you don't see them. There's a lot of enemies here that you don't see in the series, or anything. And this is why I say steak, because fucking controls are unresponsive as fuck. Yeah. They're unresponsive as fuck. Bro, like... Okay, there we go. My god. Birds. Their controls are really that unresponsive. There we go. I did it. We're abusing safe state because, like, jump does not work very well. There we go. just gonna keep doing it. You did the thing. Damn. That was the trick. Attack, like, go for the legs. Fucking Cobra Kai this bitch. They can follow me? Unresponsive ass controls. Oh, okay. You know what it is? He can't jump off the edge. Which is... And it's not even that much at the edge that he can't jump. It's like... He's like significantly away from the edge, but he can't jump. This fucking game. So it's like, I gotta jump closer to like the middle. So yeah, so you could jump okay, but if I try to jump like closer to the edge... Oh, what the fuck? This is stupid. This is stupid. This whole game is stupid. Fighting avenues. The fuck is this shit? This is stupid. So basically I gotta wait for him to do an attack so I can hit him. Or he does that if I get too close. Oh, what the fuck? That wasn't his final form. Fucking collision detection. Hopefully that's it. What the fuck is falling? Okay, well, that's it. And there was no Zord battles. I don't remember if there were Zord battles in the Game Boy one for the previous game. Power Rangers: Tommy, White Ranger; Rocky, Red Ranger; Billy, Blue Ranger; Adam, Black Ranger; Aisha, Yellow Ranger; Kimberly, Pink Ranger. Stage 1 boss, Mordant. That's the name. Queen Tengu. Okay. Man-sized rats. Oh, the pig is named Mordant. Anyways, man-sized rats. Goldar, Lord Zed. Ivan. But it showed that like I could fight them in any order. What if I fought Ivanus first? Yeah, this game kind of sucks. I think the Game Boy, like I played the Game Boy one not too long ago, and I don't remember shit from it. So it, you know, it was probably a forgettable, shitty game. Finito. Piece of cake, right, guys? Okay, is he trying to like allude to something? Like, should I be playing on a harder setting? Because I'm not. I don't give a shit. I'm not going through this fucking game. This fucking garbage ass game. But let's see, actually. So hold on real quick. I'm here. We're just checking something. Oh, so far everything seems the same. Oh, in the sword level, unless I missed it or something, but there's a mid boss battle. I'm just fast forwarding through like this video just to see if there's like any other differences, but not really. I must have missed maybe like I missed that mid boss battle somehow because everything else seems to be the same. So what happens if he like gets to the end? All right, so he fights Ivanuz, fights the final form, and beats him. All right, it just goes straight to characters, and I mean characters. I mean credits. Fuck, I'm tired. The Power Rangers are too awesome. Okay, so they just say something different at the end. So okay, that was it. Like I was like, okay, is there like because it just sounded like it was one of those things that was like alluding to maybe there's like more stuff, but there isn't. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the Game Gear version of the game. So hold on for a moment while I handle that. Is there no way to pause this shit? No, no way to pause this shit. But I think I do have to set my controls. So hold on. Assume I go to input. Okay. Uh, okay, I don't know if the controls are working. Hold on. No. Okay. Oh, nothing's still happening. Oh, here we go. There's like a tiny assign button in the bottom. And I have to keep hitting it to sign each thing. Okay. Okay. Maybe it'll work now. Yep, it works. Okay. I'm quite muted to full screen like that. But thank God I can fucking. I can manually change the size. So hold on, I have to now fix this. Okay, so everything should be okay here. So, alright, let me reset the game. Sega. Long ago and far away, a legendary interdimensional being known as Zordon came to the city of Angel Grove to establish a vanguard in a never ending struggle of evil. With the aid of his trusted assistant Alpha 5, the Noble Master sought out 6 extraordinary teenagers and gave them the power to transform to superhuman fighting force. In times of great need, the young heroes can now call upon colossal assault vehicles known as Power Zords. I don't think they were called Power Zords, but whatever. While the identity of the 6 remained a guarded secret, their courageous exploits soon became the stuff of legends, earning them the title Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The movie. The game. Alright, so what's interesting is that this is the same exact menu as the previous Game Gear game. Definitely put it on easy. Capture the Power Rangers. Bring them to my dimension of doom. Doom, doom, doom. Dude, this is the fucking previous game. Mastodon. Alright, he's being my ass. Wait a minute. The music. I don't know if you can hear in the stream because it might be low, the volume, but it's playing the MIDI version of the actual music from the Power Rangers series, which the Sega Genesis version does as well. That's fucking cool. And also the fact that like this is like the previous game, but like the graphics do look a, quite a bit better. I need to put the volume up a bit for me. Whoa. I can do super moves now? I don't know how I did it. Like, it just happened. I gotta be careful. Not that does a significantly huge damage, but still. I will finish those pesky Power Rangers off. Grow, grow, grow. I just fucking do an elbow drop. Oh, we're fighting Goldar next. Pterodactyl. Oh, the special is timed. Like I can't store it once it comes up. Like I have to use it, or I lose it. That sucks. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Damn, fucking beat Goldar's ass. Oh, let me just get how I save state. There's no keyboard shortcut from what I can see. He's blocking everything. He's only the second fucking boss. Can't be blocking everything. Jaws of Destruction. I'm assuming this is Billy. Yeah. Bro, I was doing so good with the Blue Ranger in the last game, but now, like, I can't... They're just blocking everything now. Alright, I'm gonna save state real quick. Keep trying to hit him with my fucking super. There we go. "6,000 years ago, a morphological being known as Ivan Ooze ruled the world with a reign of unparalleled terror. He rid entire planets of their populations, then brainwashed the young to follow in his evil path. A faction of young warriors known as the Order of Meladan lured him into a hyperlock chamber and buried him deep underground. Present-day Angel Grove. An inner city construction crew accidentally uncovers the hyperlock chamber and releases the evil power of Ivanus. When they have to lock up these things, like, why don't they like just shoot it into the sun? Alright, we're gonna go with Yellow Ranger, even though it didn't go great last time. Saber-tooth tiger. Alright, let's see if this goes any better. Okay, Yellow Ranger is better, but not all that. But I'm doing a lot better with her than the last game. Trying to do her special, but it's not working. Huh, interesting. Like I beat them in one area and then I get sent to another area? Her special sucks though, because it's like I gotta be in like such close fucking range to do it. Oh, I gotta fight Ivan Noose. Whoa. Oh, okay, that was supposed to happen. Oh, we're going through the events of the movie. The first three levels, then having been released from the chamber, Ivan wastes no time and starts attacking the command center, damaging Zordon and Alpha 5. Alpha tells them of a power that will save Zordon and sends the Rangers to the planet Phaedos. Meanwhile, Ivan has brainwashed and used the adults of Angel Grove to dig up his morphological monsters. So they even buried his shit next to him, whatever. After landing on the planet, the Power Rangers run into Dulcia, the Master Warrior. She gives the Rangers the animal powers of the Ninjetti to help them survive on Phaedos. Having faced many difficulties, the Rangers finally find the Temple of Great Power. With their new power, the Rangers blast back to the Earth. They land in Angel Grove as Ivan's ectomorphicons are destroying the city. We're rapidly going through the movie. Ornitron is a funny name for reasons. They look like their movie suits right there. Up there's the Ninja Zords. Okay, that does a lot of damage. Oh, you motherfucker. Bitch. I always thought the Ninja Zord looked really cool, though. Fortunately, they're using the show Ninja Zord, not the shitty movie one. Oh, okay. Sure. Ivan Ectomorphicon. Damn, like I almost got fucking perfect on his ass. Trying to do his special, but it's not coming out. I don't really know how to... Oh, he did it. Are we gonna fight in space now? Yeah, we are. Oh, motherfucker's gonna block everything. Oh, he did it, but... Motherfucker. Alright. I'm gonna save state real quick. Might not need to, but just in case. Alright. Motherfucker, he fucking keeps blocking it. Yes, I did it that time. Oh, okay. This happened in the movie. He gets hit by a comet. Thanks to the Power Rangers, Angel Grove and the world has been spared from the terror known as Ivan Ooze. Dude, I didn't even get to play as Tommy or Rocky. The power is on. Bro, I didn't even get to play as... Because in the last game, there were 7 levels. And you got to play you could play one ranger twice. And in this one, it was there was just, I think, the 5 levels. And then the last 2 levels were just Zord fights. So, okay, that was fast. That was really fast. I expected to be on this a little bit more because, the last game was short still. But, it still took, a little bit. This one, it was didn't I just boot this game up? But, yeah, this game ended up being pretty good. Yeah, I just noticed I did have the volume for the game really low. I think it's because there was a game that I played recently. It might have been like Mega Man or something, where like the game's audio was just like really loud. Because sometimes like these old games, like the audio from the games itself, like comes in like really loud, like really fucking loud. So, anyways, yeah. So that's the game. I'm sure, like if maybe if I use the White Ranger in like in his levels, we're gonna try. Hold on. All right, we're gonna go with the White Ranger. Tiger Zord. Bro, fucking Tommy. Damn. Hmm. Like he's doing the little kick that he did in the movie, like the bicycle kick type move. Bro. Okay, Tommy's a little OP in this game. Tommy's a little OP. And he always has his weapon out. All the other Rangers, like, they don't have their weapons out. But he does. No Tiger Zord? That is some bullshit. That is some bullshit. Because okay, so, alright, okay. So, this is where I'm going to stop playing this game. and I'm going to end the stream soon. But before that, okay, so this game is still really cool. I feel like they took a great gameplay mechanic from before and they just made it better, and the game does look quite a bit better. It definitely has like a lot more colors going on than the previous game. The previous game did have, like, you know, a lot of colors going on, but I don't know, there's just more. um you know, so gameplay wise, like the game is great and everything. Where it kind of doesn't quite measure up to the previous game, it's just the fact that the game is like so much more shorter than the previous game. And in the previous game, when it came to like Zord battles, you know, at first you had the Megazord, and then when you unlock Tommy, then you had access to the Dragon Zord. And then you had access to the Mega Dragon Zord. So you had access to like 3 different Zords. I thought maybe in this game, because, you know, maybe I was like, maybe I have to play as White Ranger so I can play as either the Tiger Zord or the Tiger Megazord. And yeah, nah, they're just not in this game. Not in this game. That's maybe, possibly. Hold on, I'm gonna reset the game. I'm gonna look at the verses. So real quick, where's the reset? Where do I reset? Maybe they didn't put it in the story, but then that would be stupid. Okay, we're going to versus. So all the Rangers, of course, look the same, but like she has, you know, her design and stuff. Of course, he looks way different. The Ninja Motherfucker Zord. Like, I don't know what the MF stands for. Like, Ninja Mega. Maybe it stands for Ninja Mega Falcon Zord. Yeah, that's probably what it stands for. Or it just stands for, you know, like, motherfucking Ninja Motherfucking Zord. Okay, yeah. So, that's disappointing. That means this game only has 2 Zords. Granted, this Zord was fucking awesome. Like, I'm actually... the Thunder Zord is okay. It's not bad. It is not a bad Zord at all whatsoever. He's a cool guy. Same thing with the Tiger Zord and shit. But the Ninja Motherfucking Zord. This motherfucker was cool. I always liked this Zord. I always thought it was a really, really cool Zord. So, but regardless, it is disappointing that it's just these two. And there is no Tiger Zord or Mega Tiger Zord. That's kind of disappointing, to be honest. So, you know, yeah, this game, gameplay wise, like, it's really fucking good. It's a shame that it never released on a main console, because I feel like if it did, it would have gotten like more, you know, more people would have noticed it, would have gotten more recognition. I seriously think people would have thrown down in this fucking game, because like the mechanics are fucking there. That's what's crazy, is that this is a fucking Game Gear game and the mechanics are fucking crazy. And the fact that like Sega knew this, or whoever, not Sega, but like whoever was the studio and stuff knew this and wasn't like, you know, try to make a case, or Sega tried to be like, or someone just tried to be like, whoever the fuck was involved in making these decisions wasn't like, hey, let's have this team make a game on the main console, on the Genesis. Like, bro, this game, it would have been a classic. It would have been a fucking classic. I guarantee you people would have thrown down in this fucking game. Like, they don't even have to like Power Rangers, and it would have been like, yeah, this game's kind of cool. But, you know, unfortunately, it, you know, it got relegated to the Game Gear. Still a great game, doesn't take anything away from it, but because the Game Gear wasn't a very successful system at all, and not a whole lot of people owned it or anything, so games like this kind of just, they get unnoticed, they get undiscovered, and it's a shame, because these Game Gear games are really fucking good. The Game Boy games like suck ass, like they're just fucking garbage. But this one, like, nah, it was really good. It was really fucking good. I just wish it was on a main console and just had its time to shine, is all. So, other than that, what's really cool is that right now in the background, you could probably barely hear it, because I would have to raise the volume, but I'm not. Is that they're playing like MIDI versions of actual songs that play in Power Rangers episodes. You know, that's part of the Power Rangers soundtrack. And that's really, really cool that they were able to do that for the Game Gear version of the game, because they do it for the Sega Genesis version. In fact, that's like one of the reasons why I really like the Sega Genesis version, because it's a beat 'em up, has good graphics, and then the fucking music. So, yeah. So overall, like, this is a good game. It's a really good game, and it plays better than the previous game. And the previous game was already a good game. It already played great. It's just the only thing that's disappointing with this game is that it's a shorter game, and you don't get Tiger Zord or Mega Tiger Zord. Like, that kind of sucks. But other than that, it's a really cool game. Like, it's too good of a game to even be a Power Ranger game. It's too good of a game to be trapped in Game Gear hell. So, but anyways, all right. So I'm gonna stop here for tonight because it is getting late for me. I don't know if I'm signing on tomorrow, because I think by the time I sign on tomorrow, it might be a bit late. And I normally have to be up earlier than usual on Wednesdays. But if I don't get to play tomorrow, then I definitely will play on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we'll be playing the Power Rangers movie games for the SNES and the Sega Genesis. These games will probably take a little bit more time, particularly the SNES version. I don't think the Sega Genesis version is too long of a game from what I remember, and does not require cheating from what I remember as well. It's a pretty easy game in itself to play through. The SNES one, while I have beaten the game without cheating, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna fucking cheat. Because it's not, it is a bit more difficult than the previous game. And I remember when I played it when I was younger, it did take me like a few playthroughs to like really like, you know, learn the game and stuff like that, and then be able to beat it. So definitely gonna be cheating in the SNES one. The Sega Genesis one, like, I shouldn't have to cheat. And then I'll also talk more about the Power Rangers movie itself, and then post that and everything. So, all right. Yeah, so I'll call it a night here. We'll see if I can come on tomorrow. If not, it'll probably be Wednesday. So, anyways, all right. So you have a good night or whatever, and hopefully see you next time. Later.